Hello, it is Alexis. I am back again. I'm starting most of my videos now that I have dogs. Apologizing ahead of time because they're awake, they'll probably bark, they'll probably be a nuisance. That's just how they're gonna be. So that's what's gonna happen. They're probably gonna be annoying. But anyways, I am here today to talk about a group of topics all mushed together. So it's going to cover social media. It is going to cover the fear of judgment, which kind of goes with being self-conscious because of social media and ways to overcome that. And a lot of people aren't gonna like my ways to overcome that, but we're gonna do it anyway, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So, they all mush together. I got a lot of ideas of what to do for my next video, and social media has always been one of my favorite topics because I am very anti-social media, which seems probably very strange considering I'm on a social media site right now. And I share my videos on social media, but I am anti-social media because I have gone without social media for years at a time, and it brings me peace. I love technology, do not get me wrong. I think it has advanced the world in many amazing ways. It definitely has its benefits, but it also does not. It is very hard to grow up in a world where you're 10 years old and your whole life revolves around social media and your friends are on social media, and if you're bullied on social media and you can't get away. And I experienced that 100%, and it's hard and it's awful. So I have my doubts and my hates and my grudges about social media. It is great. It does a lot of powerful things. It leaves perspectives and platforms for people to grow and do wonderful things, of course, but you have to be careful. And so we're going to talk about the ways that lead you to knowing where you are with social media, what to be careful of course, and if you are struggling with insecurities and being judged, it may be to take a break from social media, which is my favorite thing in the world. So we're gonna go over all of those things. It is so easy to fall into the trap of social media. Everybody is so fabulous on Instagram, and everyone is so great and happy on Facebook, and everyone's living their best lives on Twitter, right? And you see everyone on Snapchat, and they're just like, oh, this is my best day ever, and things are great. Love social media, right? But guess what? It's very toxic. It hurts your brain cells, and there's actually a lot of studies that show that the generations that are growing up with it, hence us and everybody younger than us, that are not learning how to completely communicate with people at the same ages because you don't know how, because you're only doing it through the phone. And it's showing that studies are showing that it's also harder for people to show emotions during our generation because of social media. We are having higher rates of depression and anxiety because of social media, because we're comparing ourselves to these people all the time. We are comparing ourselves to these perfect people on social media, and guess what? They're not perfect. So we see these great couples on social media, and we're like, wow, I really wish I could have a great couple. Wow, she's so skinny. I really wish that I could be so skinny. I'm guilty of that. I do that all the time, which is why I don't have Instagram or Twitter. I haven't had Instagram or Twitter for almost 3 years. So if you're acting like it's not possible to do that, I haven't done it because I can't do it. I personally can't, because I have insecurity issues, because I'm a human, and I can't live in an Instagram world when I'm still working on myself. And guess what? A lot of us are like that, and it's okay. It's okay to disappear to work on yourself. And I've been doing it for years. I love Instagram models. I love what they promote. I love that they have body confidence, but I personally can't do it because I have body issues. So I can't do it. And that's okay. Everybody has their thing. And that's what you need to realize, is that everybody has a thing, and you need to know your thing to know what you can and can't do. So social media is kind of like one of those things. It's like, if this brings me pain, I can't do it. If this is helping me and motivating me, I can do it. But if it's not, you shouldn't be doing it. And having that judgment against ourselves is very toxic, and it's so easy to do because all these people on social media are having these great lives. But it's just on social media, and nobody is perfect, and you can't compare yourselves. And so if you're sitting in a life that is full of comparison and judgment and like very harsh words towards yourself and things that you really think that you need to work on towards yourself because you feel like you're being harsh to yourself, that's things that you need to work on within yourself. So, one, go back to my video before this about how to be alone, how to find peace within yourself. But also, it's not a like taboo to take a break from social media. Figure out how you feel without all the comparison in the world. Do you really hate yourself? Or is it just when you look at all these amazing people on social media? And what do you do to combat that, which is the hardest part? And nobody is gonna like what I have to say about what to do when you don't like it, but the first thing that you need to do is to take it all off, is to delete it all. Take it off. Take a break. Figure out how you feel and who you are without social media. That's the first and foremost thing to do, is to figure out who the heck you are without 10,000s of people watching you at all the time. And then you'll realize, like, wow, I didn't really actually hate myself when I was just with me. I only hate myself when I'm looking at all these models on Instagram. I'm really proud of the things that I can do. And then you'll realize that it's not a you thing that's making you sad. It's a world issue thing. Like, it's a problem with the way that we publicize amazing bodies and amazing things. And that's not on you. That is something that the entire world is trying to work on. And so once you take yourself out of the equation of judgment, it makes it so much easier. So the first thing I recommend is taking yourself off of everything. Delete all of your social media. Take time for yourself. Figure out who you are, the things that you like about yourself, the things that you don't, and what you need. And then once you do that, it just becomes so much easier. And then you'll understand what you need. Because I have the problem of, when I'm on social media, I care too much about what they're thinking or the way that they feel. So I'll post something just for the fact that I think people want to see it, but really I don't care about it. Social media is very toxic. You care about a lot of people that really don't care about you. And it's something that you need to evaluate, because when you delete it, a lot of people disappear. And that's something that you need to recognize as a person to see, okay, who's there, when I'm not readily available. Because you're just as available through text message as you are on social media. But once you take yourself out of that, like, super quick fix of you can click my name on something on social media, once I stop replying, like, you realize that people really aren't as easily to talk to you as they were before. So that is my first and foremost recommendation if you are struggling with what to do when you don't want to judge yourself against social media. If you're judging yourself in other ways, just because of generational wise, I think everything judgment wise mentally comes back down to what you think about yourself. So if you're struggling with being insecure and you're struggling with what you think internally, it all comes back down to you. So what are you thinking about yourself? What things do you need to fix about yourself? What's holding you back? Because everybody has something that's holding them back. I have hundreds of things that I'm holding back about myself that I need to do. And you need to recognize it so that you can do it. So why am I so offended when people post certain things? Why am I so insecure when people post certain things? And it all comes back to you and what you think about yourself. So you need to go back to that and you need to figure that out. You need to be like, okay, I feel that way every time someone posts that certain thing. And I need to deal with that. And it's just true. And it's awful. We live in a generation of comparison. So judgment and comparison kind of go hand in hand, because I'm judging myself because you look great and I don't. You're doing great, but I'm not. And like all this thing, but really it's just a facade because of the image that we're portraying out into the world. But really that's not even at all who we are. So it's one of those things that you have to kind of look at it from an outside point of view and say, okay, I get that I'm feeling this certain way and you're doing this in life, but I want to do that. But how do I do that? And why do I feel insecure about the way that you're living? Why am I upset that you're doing good and I'm not? We should not live in a judgment way where I'm mad that you're doing good. Don't be mad that someone else is doing good. That is ugly. Be so glad that these amazing people in the world are doing good. Encourage them, push them, let people do great things, but also figure out why you're not. Why are you not doing that? Because you can. We all can. All you have to do is do it. But you have to start with the steps, figure out why you're not doing that. What is holding you back? And what can I do to continue to move forward? So if, I'll use a real life example. I have weight issues. I compare myself 100,000 times to people that look the same as me, but they might weigh less. And I even took it to the crazy steps where I used to look up famous people's measurements, like waistlines and weight, to know how far off I was to being what I needed to be, okay? Like, that is crazy. And what I personally needed to do was to not be on Instagram. I can't be on Twitter. I can't do those things because personally and mentally, I can't do it. I can't. As I learned that for myself. I needed to learn how to be okay with the way that I look on my own without the outside perspective of all these great people. And it might be extreme, but that's what I needed. And it's taken years, and I'm still not even there yet. But it helps to do all these small little steps that I do. And that's all that it's going to take for you to stop judging yourself, because you are perfect no matter what. And you are doing a great job no matter what you think. And everyone in the world that's making their life seem perfect on social media, they're great too. And like, but they're also not. A lot of people are not okay on social media. And so you have to stop comparing yourself to these facades that people are putting out, but also just be okay with the person that you are in front of this camera that I'm staring at right now. Be okay with who you are when you look at yourself in the mirror, because at the end of the day, that's all you have. And you're doing great, and you're beautiful, and you're great, or you're handsome, and you're strong, and you're doing it, because that's it. That's all that matters. You're doing it. Social media is fake. You're doing it. You're great. And it doesn't even matter if like the person 2 doors down is fucking living the life. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse my language. But if they're doing it and they're doing these great things and you really wish you could do it, because guess what? You're still doing it too. We need to stop comparing ourselves to other people, because everyone is great and we're all doing great. And when you're sitting in bed late at night and you're so sad because you're not them, you need to look in the mirror and think of all the amazing things that you have done as a person and all the things that you've overcome, because you've probably overcome adversity and you've probably overcome family shame and you've done all these things and you've grown and you're an amazing person. And guess what? You did that as your own person. And that's all that you can ever ask of yourself. And that is the best thing ever. So don't judge yourself, because you're doing great. And that's all you can ever ask. You are no less than all these people on Instagram, because we are all facing the same demons and facing the same hell and all these things as anybody else. We're all in the same game, just different demons. And we all need to fight them, and we all need to do it. And guess what? We all do it in different ways. But if you don't fight them, you don't accomplish it. And that's it, man. Like, it sounds crazy, but all you have to do, it's all within yourself, and it's all yours. It's all your stuff. It's nobody else. You're no better or less than anybody else. You're great, and you're beautiful, and you're amazing. And you can do it. You just need to take a step back. And you need to stop thinking that you're less than, because you're not less than. You're amazing. You need to take a step back, learn how to be a person, learn what to love about yourself, learn what amazing things you have to offer the world, and take a step back. Delete all your social media. Figure out who you are within yourself and love that person. And once you do, you are a golden pony boy, and you will fly, and you will be the best version of yourself. And that's it. That's all you need. And then after that, you're just you. Any questions? I would appreciate if anyone leaves any comments or questions, or any suggestions for videos to follow. I'm always looking for things that people want to know about, or things that they want to hear about. So let me know. I suggest that everybody takes a break from social media and does what they need to do. I'm so proud of everybody for watching me, because that means you're trying to do something. And whether it's 5 people, 10 people, or 50 people, I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm so proud of you. And I hope that you know that the difference that you're making within yourself is going to make a difference within the world. And you're beautiful. And I love you.